guys, good afternoon and welcome to Loving Living Local. I'm Fernanda Hernandez.
And I'm Josh Marcis. Thank you for joining us. We've hit the all-important midway point of the week.
I love hump day, and the weather is just outstanding.
We're kind of locked into a really nice pattern here. The only thing that's going to change in the upcoming days, we may see a few more clouds tomorrow, and the overnight lows will change as well. So earlier this week we had temperatures in the 30s in the morning. This morning it was in the 40s. Tomorrow we'll see more 50s, and I think by the weekend we'll be close to 60 degrees or so in the morning, but setting up to be very just nice weather pattern. If you've liked these afternoon temperatures, we'll see little change to that through Sunday. We'll just kind of go back and forth between mostly sunny, partly cloudy, and eventually mostly cloudy late in the weekend, but I do not have any rain in the forecast until next week, as we do have a cold front that will roll through likely next Tuesday, Wednesday, so we'll probably see a temperature drop by next Wednesday, but until then, pretty glorious temperatures.
Glorious is right.
Liking
Might even be an understatement. It is so nice out there. So get out there and enjoy it, because before we know it, it's going to be too cool to hang out outside.
Yeah, you never know what's around the corner.
We
could be a lot of rain, could be a lot of cold weather.
Is this a new tie?
I've had this one.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's very fall. I didn't remember this one though.
This is a new one.
I love it.
I've only worn it like 3 or 4 times.
You gotta wear it more.
Mix it in every once in a while. Thanks for noticing.
I really like it. All right, guys, you know what time it is. We got 6 things you should know. And number 1 on our list, a panda cub has made her debut at a South Korean zoo. The baby panda was born to a pair of adult pandas loaned to South Korea from China. She celebrated her 100th day today and received a new name and blessings from the public.
This cub is the first panda born in South Korea. The zoo has named her Fu Bao, meaning lucky treasure baby.
A lucky treasure baby indeed. You know, I have a really weird story that I just thought about because
pandas?
of her name. No, I found a puppy next to a dumpster one night. This was when I still lived in Texarkana. I was leaving Walmart and I found a puppy by the dumpster. I picked it up, saved it, and I named it Lucky.
Is this your dog now?
No, I gave it away, but it had a happy home.
But you gave it a name?
I think it's actually passed away now, but yes, I named it Lucky.
That's a good name.
Because
it's lucky you found her, right?
Lucky to, no, we were lucky to find each other.
Okay.
She was so sweet.
Sound like mutual healing right there.
All right, guys, and moving on to our second thing today, Mississippi is replacing its 126-year-old state flag. A vote to adopt the new Magnolia as the state's new flag received 68% of the vote in public referendum yesterday. Now, the new flag features a red, gold, and a blue stripes with a magnolia circled by 20 stars. It represents Mississippi's admission as the 20th state. At the base of the circle is the phrase, "In God We Trust," with a solitary gold 5-point star at its peak.
Yeah, it replaces the state's flag, first adopted in 1894, featuring blue and white stripes and a Confederate emblem in the corner. So according to Mississippi's Department of Archives and History, the new flag represents Mississippi's sense of hope and rebirth, as the magnolia often blooms more than once and has a long blooming season.
And fans of Argentina's soccer legend Diego Maradona gathered outside the hospital where he was admitted yesterday. Now, Maradona's doctors said the 60-year-old was admitted with symptoms of anemia and dehydration. Fans of Maradona put up banners at the hospital entrance and created makeshift signs wishing him well. Maradona has lived in La Plata near Buenos Aires since late last year when he took over as coach of a soccer team there.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, doctor was mobbed by news crews as he briefed reporters on Maradona's condition. The doctor denied that he had COVID-19, and Maradona isolated at home for days after a person he works with showed symptoms of the disease.
I hope he gets well soon.
Soccer legend.
He is. I know my little brother loves him. Also Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yeah.
I love Ronaldo too, but it's not because he's a good soccer player.
He's pretty. That's it.
He's so pretty. But he's like such a nice guy too. Not that I know him personally, but he seems pretty nice.
Okay.
Or maybe I just like looking at him.
That's it.
We'll just stick with that.
That's it. He's good at soccer too. Yeah.
He, like crazy good.
Really good.
Unbelievable. All right, guys, moving on. Navy personnel and villagers worked through the night to rescue stranded whales in Sri Lanka. Now, a marine biologist said they were able to save most of the whales that beached themselves. People defied a coronavirus curfew to wade into the breaking surf, but the Navy said 4 whales died during the overnight rescue effort. By yesterday morning, carcasses lay scattered on the beach.
The biologist said some whales got too tired fighting to stay afloat and didn't have enough strength to return to deep waters. The seat of the stranding was a beach south of Sri Lanka's capital city, Colombo, and the phenomenon of whales getting stranded in shallow water remains largely a mystery to scientists. In September, several hundred whales died on the coast of Australia in its biggest stranding on record and one of the largest in the world.
Yikes.
Thankfully, there were a few people there to help out at least.
I know, I was going to say, that footage of people getting in there and helping out certainly restores your hope in humanity.
I can't imagine. Yeah, those are large animals, so it would be difficult to move, but thankfully there are good people out there.
Absolutely. All right, and United Airlines announced the world's first free transatlantic COVID-19 testing pilot program for customers. So from November 16th through December 11th, the airline will offer rapid tests to every passenger over 2 years old who is booked on United Flight number 14 from Newark Liberty International Airport to London. Now, the tests are administered for free at a testing site inside the airport.
Anyone who does not wish to be tested will be placed on another flight, guaranteeing everyone on board other than children under 2 will have tested negative before departure. Appointments for the test are required, and customers are advised to schedule tests at least 3 hours before the flight.
I feel like before booking a flight, you should definitely look into the lines and see what they're actually doing against COVID-19, because some are not doing a lot, like American Airlines. They're just going on like nothing is going on, like nothing's happening.
Selling the middle seats and all that.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
I got an email today. I think it was American, just kind of outlining the cleaning policies. So I don't know if they've been catching a little bit of flack maybe over their policies, but they felt the need to send out an email and just kind of point out what they've been doing, I guess. So.
I don't know, like every single flight is completely booked. They are definitely putting people in the middle seat, and that's not super safe. So.
Is it too much to ask that we just all get rapid tests? So before I come to work, maybe I just take one, just a little swab that you can buy at the corner drugstore. I hope we get there
too, but right now it is a little expensive. So hopefully something comes where we can actually do it really that quickly. That would be amazing.
I agree.
A big help. All right, guys, and 164 dogs were discovered in a tiny house in Western Japan in what an animal rights group calls one of the worst cases of animal hoarding in the country. Now, the dogs were found in mid-October in a 323 square foot home. The animals were mostly malnourished and infected with parasites. Public Health Center officials first visited the house 7 years ago after receiving complaints of noise and odor from the neighbors. But the owner of the house refused to let officials investigate back then.
Yeah, after Japan's Act on Welfare and Management of Animals was revised in June, officials were finally able to enter the house, and they found 3 people living in the house who reportedly said they could not afford spaying and neutering the dogs, which resulted in the herd. Officials have not acknowledged this case as animal abuse or neglect. However, the family has agreed to give up ownership of the dogs. An animal rights group will look for fosterers for the dogs after they receive medical treatment.
All right, guys, that wraps up the 6 things you should know. But before we head to break, we want to give you your feel-good story of the day. And it's 3 Rhode Island sanitation workers who found a way to bring smiles and laughter to people along their route last Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Video of their antics went viral. Sam Reed has the story.
As the snow fell on Friday, 3 garbage men from Lincoln were hard at work.
We knew that there was a lot of kids on our Friday route, and we wanted to do something fun and kind of festive.
Pickup around town went on as usual, but since Halloween was a day away, they decided to have some fun with it.
Everybody needs a little smile on the day.
Even though they were frozen, literally.
About a month before Halloween, we had come up with the idea to do Frozen characters. And it just so happened that it was snowing that day, so it worked out great.
Blasting soundtracks 1 and 2. Anna, Elsa, and Olaf, who was driving the truck, were all decked out, wearing wigs and, of course, safety gear for their 4-hour route.
Halloween, they kind of got gypped on it this year, so it was good for the kids just kind of seeing them smiling, getting up.
Jamal Burley had been up and at it early. He heard his wife laughing while at the window.
And then I'm like, what's going on? And she's just like, Anna? Anna's outside? And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, Anna from Frozen is outside. And I was like, what do you mean?
First, he saw 2 men dressed as princesses. Then Olaf made an appearance.
Lashana, it just got better. Yes. And then all of a sudden, Olaf pops out, and I lost it. I lost it.
Jamal couldn't let it go.
I just thought it was hilarious, and anything that I find that's funny, I'm always sharing.
He posted this video on social media that's since gone viral.
Life's too serious at times to not find humor in things. I feel like this is a good laugh that everyone needs.
As long as we made one person's day, that's all that mattered by doing the whole thing.
That's a buff Elsa.
It really was. His laugh had me cracking up too. His laugh was so good.
What a great story. All right, guys, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we take a look at Baptist Bookstore for some amazing holiday gifts.
And later in the show, we'll take another look at your forecast or weekend forecast. Stay with us.